Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the truth about online dating. I know we've all experienced this, but it's the ugly truth, or is it not the ugly truth? You tell me what you've experienced. But first, before we get into this video, don't forget to like, click, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel out for further content. Let's get into it. 2020 has done us so wrong. So many of us know what it's like to be sitting at home bored, sitting at home not being productive, trying to figure out things to get into, but we keep coming against this brick wall of boredom. So what do? We start venturing off into new things, trying to get into new habits and trying to break old habits. But 2020 runs us into this stay-at-home order, and so a lot of us are sitting at home doing nothing when we're used to being out partying. We're used to hanging out with our friends. We're used to just being out and about, getting the good sun and living normal lives. But what is normal has not become the new norm, but this right here is becoming a new norm. So people are trying to avoid wearing those masks and being weird, going out on dates and looking crazy. So we all, I wouldn't say us all, but a lot of us have ventured into the social media world, the social media world of dating, and we end up on these apps. You've seen the apps, you've seen the names, we can call them out. And like many, I've been on eHarmony, I've done Match.com, I've tried the horrible of all horrible sites. I've tried POF. I believe I've done Tinder before, and all of them appear to be the same. Even when you sign up for these sites and you pay a monthly fee, some of them are supposed to be a little bit more, how should I say this? Maybe a little bit more professional, you know what I'm saying, and choosing mates and helping you avoid some of the BS that comes along with, being members of these sites. But I've tried several sites and they all seem to be the same. And although you would think that people would pay for these sites, they would take them more seriously, they don't. You know what I'm saying? They pay for sites hoping that they will find mates and still play the same games. So there's a profile, and you see here you list your basic description, tell a little bit about yourself, your preferred match and the type of things that you like to do. You kind of sell yourself a little bit as far as your profile, and if you're lucky, then you get a match. And when you find these matches, you have a better opportunity to get to know them. You get to look further into their profiles. Some of them, will only allow you to look into their profiles if they are a match. So you find a match and you hopefully move on to the next phase, which is talking to each other. And I don't know what it is about the excitement of talking to each other, but it seems to be pleasant. And you have a great time getting to know each other, exchanging information that the site doesn't allow you to put on your profile, and instantly you're like excited. And like most people go on these sites, they're being optimistic, they're hoping for the best, they have the best intentions, and they're truly looking for someone that they can spend some time with, some quality time with. So you go on to a more personal phase, which is talking on the phone. And it's like, the connection to hear each other's voice. You spend so much time typing and texting each other, and now you actually get to put a voice to the face, to the profile, and it feels good. It feels awesome. The connection to be able to, hear each other, makes that dynamic even much stronger. So you go on to the next phase, which most people like to do, is invite each other to coffee. You guys know those horrible coffee dates. Not many of them end up in such a great way, but sometimes they do. You meet up at a nice little coffee house. I don't know if it's Starbucks or your local coffee house or somewhere, very public like that, because you're meeting someone for the first time. But usually it's something simple. They don't want to spend too much money. You don't want to spend too much time, but you meet up over coffee and you get to kind of see each other so that you can rule out the opportunity of being catfished. The popular show Catfish has everybody doomed. It has everybody scared. It has everybody frightened with the possibility of having to meet up with that person and you don't like them. You know what I'm saying? Their voice, their profile picture doesn't match. You know what I'm saying? They don't look the same. They weren't telling the truth. They've posted pictures that are ancient. They've captured their best side, their best angle with all the best lighting. And, they tip it and have the camera high above them and makes them look about 10 pounds lighter. And, you are not getting the representation of the person you thought you were getting. You get the real them, the real deal. And it's not always what you expect it to be. So then you end up extremely disappointed. And so now you're on a date. It is the first official date and you're disappointed because you've been catfished. You've been manipulated into thinking that you have your knight in shining armor or your princess, and really you're sitting across from them looking like this. You're highly disgusted, highly offended, and highly turned off. And you are waiting for the opportunity to get out of this situation so that you can end this date and no longer see them again. And then you find yourself in another situation where you are back online trying to do it all over again. This time you're hoping to use better judgment. You know what I'm saying? You consider yourself a professional. You could weed out the old and weed out the bad and figure it out and get something positive. And we tend to do this over and over and over again because dating is like going to a buffet and having a whole lot of options to choose from. Except when you're online dating, the options are endless. You have all different colors, all different shapes, all different sizes, all different personalities, and it is endless. And so you spend more time filtering and swiping left and swiping right, trying to find the perfect mate, and then you come across one, and this is what you have to deal with. You can't leave out the online pervert. You have that one individual, everybody has had one, where he or she comes online and all they come on there is with the intentions of being perverted, expressing their perversion. Because in real life dating, they might get slapped. In real life dating, they'll definitely get dissed and they won't get as far. But online, they can get away with sending you pictures of their small or large eggplant. And she can get away with showing you her ittle bitties or big old titties. And whichever you prefer or you are looking for, this seems to be one of those situations where you're just like, why do I keep running into these people? Why do I keep running into these men or women who just want a photo? Please send me a photo. Send me another photo. And they'll ask you for photos over and over again because their only intention is to just feed their perversion. It's not anything more than that. They don't want to date you. They don't want anything else from you. They just want to feed you their perversion. And so then you end up having text messages like these. And they always start off so nice. They're always giving you a compliment about your beauty, based off of your profile picture. You have very positive exchange of text messages back and forth with each other. But as soon as that's over with, they hit you with the wham. And that's, can I get a picture? And although you may have 10 different photos of yourself on your profile, that's not the type of picture they want. They're going to always want that nude photo that's going to feed their fetish and desire. So after weeding out the perverts and weeding out the catfishers, you may come across one decent individual, but really you're just like fed up. You're so fed up with the lies and the deceit that you don't want anything else to do with these online dating sites. And they have such a negative reputation that everything you've been hearing about these sites in a negative way, you now believe it. You've now experienced it and you are done. You are over it. So I'll share a personal experience with you guys since we're all a part of the Unapologetic family. And yeah, I never thought that I would find myself online dating. A close friend of mine suggested that since I work a lot and I don't really get out much, that online would be the perfect situation, the perfect idea for me. So I decided to give it a try. And I tried a couple different sites. Of course, I didn't have any success, but I really do believe that there are people out there that find success. So anyways, I met an individual and went through all these things that I've talked about in this video. We actually ended up kicking it off pretty well. I thought that he was a very nice gentleman. He ended up looking exactly like his profile. He actually ended up having the personality and everything was very, charming individual, and we hit it off pretty well. We went out on a few dates. You know what I'm saying? Everything seemed wonderful. And as time went by, weeks and then months went by, things seemed to be ready to be permanent. You know what I'm saying? I could see myself in a relationship with this person. But although things seem to be wonderful, great, and perfect, things are not always what they appear to be. As I got to know him more, he seemed to have some habits that we never really expressed or talked about during a time where we were really spending a lot of time on the phone and texting each other and getting to know each other. There were things that were hidden that he chose not to, inform me about, that later on, after feelings were developed and things were starting to get serious, these things that were suppressed came to surface, and they were a pretty big deal. And from what I experienced, people who are serial online daters, they become professionals at it. They become professionals at hiding, some facts about them and some truths about them and some personality traits, that they have. And this individual had anger issues. He had a pornography addiction. He had a gambling habit. And the list just went on. And I was sitting back asking myself, why didn't I notice this stuff in the beginning? Like, why didn't I see these things from the jump? And it's because, they've become so good at hiding things and just telling you what you want to hear. And because you're, optimistic and you're trying to be, look for the best intentions of a person, you kind of like, you're naive. I was naive. I would say I was young and I was dumb and I was really looking for success through online dating because I knew people who had success through dating online. And so, I wanted to be one of those people. So I overlooked those red flags. And man, they just kept coming. Once I started noticing them, they kept coming and coming and coming. And this individual had a whole family. He had a whole wife and kids, but they didn't live here in the United States. They lived in a whole nother country. And he was actually in the US working and with his career and things of that nature and sending money back home to his family. So this guy decides while he's here working, he's going to have a little bit of fun, and I'm sure he was probably talking to other women other than myself, but he needed to, burn some time, use some time that he was here, have a little fun, and why not? He's not a permanent resident of the United States. He works here and then leaves often. I would say, during the time that we were talking, there were a couple times that he said he was going out of town on business, and I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I really thought that that's what he was doing because he had a job to where he would travel. And so come to find out, he wasn't traveling with his job. He was traveling to go visit his family his wife and his kids. So to make a long story short, I found out about it and it ended just like that. But just to show you guys, these situations are crazy and they get extreme. We really come across some professional liars and manipulators. And, let's just say I would have ended up in a sexual relationship with this man and ended up pregnant. And I know nothing really about him because who's to know if his identity was truly him? He could have left to the country where he was from, and I would know nothing about him after that. So I shared this story and created this content in hopes of, telling you guys, please be safe. I know that we're all in this in-house order and we're staying home and we're not getting out and being exposed to other people to do, the normal dating. But be careful, guys, while you're at home and trying to do this online dating. This story was just one of many. I have many stories. So if you guys want to know other stories, list it down in the comment section and I'll do more videos with some more story time of some more dating horror stories from online. But that's all I have for now, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time and I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Like I said, guys, please be safe. Don't forget to like, comment, share this video so other people can hear this story and learn from it also. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. I really appreciate it. And once again, it's your girl, Miss Skin Deep, unapologetically, and I'm out.